Successionaires, and welcome to the national TV and conference call talk show, The Road to Success. I'm your host, Professor William Murray, and as always, the God in me greets and bless the God in you. You know, the show, The Road to Success, is a show for you to get all your questions answered and to give you a chance to give your opinions on any topic. You know, I always tell you, and this is truth to fact. If you learn something, come on board and teach us. If you know something, come on board and tell us. Now, this evening show is going to be quite interesting. And we're going to get a little more into that in a moment. The show, The Road to Success, is for you, and its success truly depends on you. Just stay tuned in, and I want you to spread the word about the show. Stay committed to us, and you'll see a difference in you, your life, and your business. Be sure to share this out. Give that blessing. Share it out. If you go on my page, subscribe. Because like I always tell you, do what makes you great and the world a better place. You know, we're going to, I'm bringing in guests that's going to benefit the family. You are the family. And I've got some guests coming in. I've got a guest this evening that's going to truly give you something and give you knowledge and give you opportunity to better yourself, to better your life, add some finances to your pocket. Now I know that's interesting. Well, I know people perked up when I said that, add some financing to their pocket. But see, the whole thing being is, if you don't act, the reaction is not going to be that great. Don't live with regrets. If you think life is hard, I'm telling you right now, regrets are a lot harder. You don't want to regret. I got a gentleman that I've been knowing now since 2015. He started out a client because he had a job. He had a job. He stayed just over broke. But I'm patting myself on the back, y'all, through my coaching and our conversations. And here's the thing about it. When I gave him an assignment, and I do give assignments when I'm coaching, he did the assignments. And when he retired, he had already had his business up, running, and being successful. And he'll probably tell you more about that. He can tell you more about that than I can. But you got to learn to listen. And like I say, don't listen to reply, listen to learn. This brother took his business and ran with it. And because he's doing so much for the public, for people, because everybody likes to save money. You don't want to waste your money because we don't have enough money to waste. This brother, Andrew Walker. Brother Walker is an entrepreneur, author, and speaker. He loves helping people and works to expand his gifts of leadership, service, and administration. Being a military veteran, he respects discipline, yet understands humility and human needs. His new book, in his book, The Successful Sinner, he shares real life challenges. But he sees himself as meeting those challenges and continue to work on his journeys, his hurt, habits, and hangups. Sharing his journey and story, he hopes to inspire other people to meet their challenges head on. The thought that a situation is hopeless does not constitute hopelessness. His newest book, The Humble to Be Exalted, shares real life challenges on a more personal level by looking at the understanding what a metamorphosis looks like in his own life. Understanding, learning to love oneself has magnificent benefits. To be a victor and not a victim doesn't make the challenge. It changes the way one looks at his or herself. Consequently, change a person in the glass. Hello, my brother, Brother Drew Walker. How are you? How are you today? Was that you? What was you I was talking about, man?
Brother Mary, I'm doing wonderfully well today, and I'm humbled to be here. And thank you for inviting me to be a guest on your platform tonight. I certainly appreciate it. I really do.
Well, my brother, you know, I'm bringing on people of power, and you are definitely one of those. I'm bringing on people who are the top in their field of expertise, regardless of what that expertise may be. And I know how you help people because you helped me. Although I started out by coaching, that's how we met. You can tell more about how you met me and what went from there to get you to where you are now. What say you to that?
Sometimes coaches do not indulge in or participate in the product or service that an individual have, because most of the time they feel it might be a conflict of interest. But you, Brother Mary, took the time to not only listen to what I shared with you, but took it and said, hey, man, I'm willing to help you out. And that's a rarity, especially in the direct sales platform. So, you know, I'm very appreciative of you, because when you sit under someone and you're learning from them, you are not a motivator, you are a teacher. And one has to keep their ears open and listen in order to take in what you are sharing with them and then put it back out and utilize it to your benefit. So, hey, man, I love you. Ain't nothing you can do about it.
Well, you know, my brother, I've told you more times than once that you were one of my top students, or whatever you may call the situation that we had, one of my top clients, because you listened and you did what I told you you needed to do. It wasn't like you bucked on me and says, well, I don't want to do that because that little small thing he said don't mean nothing. Not realizing that everything small grows big when you deliver it and receive it and act it in a positive manner. A lot of people don't realize it's not always the big things that you have to do, because when building wealth, you got to get that penny before you can make it into a dollar. And it's the little things that grow into big things. So look at you when you were born, how small you were, and look at you now. And Brother Drew, I knew you were going to succeed. There was no doubt about it, because you were hungry, man. You were hungry. And you knew what you needed, and you did what needed to be done. And I'm so proud of you, my brother. I truly am. And I'm not taking all that credit, because you took your business and what I told you along with your other lessons that you learned, and look what you've grown into.
One of the most powerful lessons I've learned, as the younger crowd use the term today, chasing the bag. I had to stop involving myself chasing money and chase what I had inside of me that I wanted to see to come out.
You have to chase it's all about success. You know, if you're chasing money, man, you'll be chasing all your life. But if you work toward and chase that success, that's where the comfort comes, baby.
I had to humble myself. I had to humble myself to individuals that knew more than I knew about the business world, the politics of business. And also, I had to understand that being a country boy, growing up in a rural area, and unless I tell somebody, they would never know. Like I grew up plowing behind a mule. My father had a garden and all of that. That's how it was cultivated. I'm behind that mule, and we out there in the evenings and Saturdays, and it was work involved, and that's how my work ethics was developed. Work ethics. My father was a public worker. My mother was a domestic worker, and I watched them every day. Go to work, come home, go to work, come home. That was what was instilled in me. That's all I knew. If you want to grow, if you want to make money, you got to get up and go out and do it. But it was not shared with me during that time that there were other avenues that one could use to produce an income. You didn't have to work for somebody else.
Yeah.
All you had to do was use the same principle or the same integrity that you use for someone else and use it for yourself. In other words, what others have done, others can do if they're willing to pay the price others have paid. Yep. You've said so many times your 40-year overnight success. Let me just repeat that. You've said so many times your 40-year overnight success. That tells a story. And that was something that I instilled in me so many years. When I first heard you say that, it's about working, it's about activity, it's about doing something, and not necessarily all the time, as individuals might have heard, that you love to do. I didn't like getting up, going to work in the rain, in the snow, in the sleet, cleaning that window to go to the subway. I didn't particularly like it, but I knew that in order to eat, in order to sleep, have a place over my head, it had to be done.
Yes. No doubt. Man, you got to put, effort. If you put forth effort, at the end of everything you do is always effort, man. You'll end up getting your dream. You'll end up with your dream. So you got to put forth, like I tell you, the roadmap is effort plus failure plus effort plus failure plus effort plus failure plus effort equals success. Because you go get knocked down, now you ain't going to hit a home run every time you come to the plate. Because you got to realize, it's like in baseball, my favorite sport, and I play semi-pro ball. 250, 270, 280 is a good batting average. That means, 300, that means three out of 10 times you come to the plate, you get a hit. But that don't mean, because look at Hank Aaron. How many times, the leading home runs, how many times he struck out? Look at the brother from the Yankees, Reggie Jackson. How many times he struck out? But he's still one of the greatest, best hitters ever in baseball. So that's the way life is. Effort plus failure plus effort plus failure plus effort plus failure equals success. It's not that you're going to knock a home run every time, but you know it's coming. All you got to do, baby, is keep swinging.
Brother Mary, you use one word. I listen. The word focus.
Oh,
Focus.
yes.
Follow one course until successful.
Focus. I preach that tremendously.
Follow one course until successful.
Yes.
In the profession that I chose, network marketing, and it's a simple answer to it. Networking, you out talking to people, you exchanging information with people. It's networking. Marketing, you have a service or product that you're introducing to the marketplace. Therefore, you have network marketing. That's so simple. A child could understand it. But the thing about being focused is not jumping from one thing to another. In other words, if the grass look green on the other side, then there I go. If the grass look green on the other side, there I go. If the grass look green on the other side, there I go. So I'm not focusing on anything. I'm chasing the bag. But I'm not chasing the bag. I'm chasing something that I thought I could never do. That's build a business, because I wasn't taught to build a business. I was taught to work for somebody else.
Well, see, that's where I came in, man, on your mindset. See, I was talking to someone the other day, man, and they kept saying mindset. You talk all about mindset. I said, because that is the most important, the most valuable thing of it all. If your mindset is not correct, you can't get nowhere. Your mindset, I work first on someone's mindset before I can even coach them. Well, that's part of the opening of me coaching you is working on your mindset. Make sure your mindset is correct for you to build and grow your business or that which you're trying to see, whether it's life, whether it's personal, spiritual, financial, entrepreneurial. I have to start with the mindset. That's why I consider myself a mindologist. I got to work on your mind. And with you, man, you had to get out of the fact that you worked all your life for somebody else.
That's right.
So now you got to work for you instead of doing that 40 hours. Now you got to do that 100 hours for you instead of that 40 for somebody else.
Well, one thing again, you say, if you win, you're happier. If you lose, you're wiser. And you don't mean lose in the sense of not attaining, but if things don't work out, then you're wiser on the road that you are choosing to follow. When I was in the Air Force, I was coming out of Mississippi, flying to DC, coming to DC. I was in the airport, and you go to the concession stand, and I'm turning the books around, and I saw a book. The title was The Magic of Thinking Big. I think it's when I started reading. But in that book, and I believe it's that book, if not, the quote still stands firm. Once your mind is stretched by an idea, it never goes back to its original state. So therefore, once my mind was stretched by the idea that, hey, if you want to, if you're willing to pay the cost, if you're willing not to make excuses, if you're willing to take responsibility, if you're willing to be accountable to what you do, then if you choose to do something, you can do it. And it doesn't matter what other people think, it's what I think about what I choose to do. And so once your mind is expanded, then you work on that. You sharpen your skills. You talk about mindset. Once that mindset is developed, it has to be a skill set. Yes. People go to work for somebody else. They're trained on the job. They don't complain about it. Whatever they got to do, they do it to make it work. Or if you don't work, the other thing is, a nice way to put it is you're dismissed from the position.
You're fired. But you know something, man, that's very powerful, and people, a lot of people, it takes a while to understand it. But there is nothing more powerful than an idea whose time has come. Period.
In helping individuals the platform that I work on and helping individuals that find it is Drew's Cost Reduction is what I use. And I'll just put the link out there now so that individuals you can look at it now, look at it later. But you want to go to Linktree/Andrew C. Walker. That's Linktree, LINK dot EE, LINKTR.EE. Linktree, LINKTR.EE/Andrew C. Walker. Again, that's Linktree, LINKTR.EE/Andrew C. Walker. That will give you an idea of what's on my platform, what I'm doing. Something piques your interest, certainly we can talk about it. When I got into the realm of wanting to save people money, look at it from a standpoint of providing a service. And the biggest quote, the most powerful quote I heard Martin Luther King Jr. state was, in order to be great, it's a lot of things you don't need, but one thing for sure you do need, and that is to provide a service. Now, he didn't specifically say what service to what, but from a standpoint of all the needs that are out there in the economy, someone can be great with something. Doesn't have to be what I do, but the point to make is you have to provide a service if you want to be great. And it's just that simple. You have to provide a service. The greatest among us, from another book, you're servant of the people. And that's what's important. So I simply provide a service to help individuals save money. And we help individuals by saving them money on cell phone bundles, TV, satellite, storage unit.
Yeah, I was getting ready to tell you. Let's get into what you do and how you help people, man. How you help people, man. When you save people money, man, that's one of the greatest helps you could do. As far as a business to help people. So explain what it is you do, Brother Andrew.
We spend over $16 billion a year. $16 billion a year.
$16 billion a year.
Overpayment on residual bills. Electricity, phone, water, trash pickup, lawn care, home security, satellite TV, bundles you get with Verizon or whatever, Pepco, BG&E, everything that is out there that you're going to be paying on a monthly basis, we can address. Now, let me just share this so we are clear. We're not going to help everybody. Not even going to try to help everybody. Not even going to say I'm going to help everybody because some people are just not interested. And that's all right. I'm not mad at you. Yeah. But there are people that we can help. And to those individuals, that's the audience that I'm talking to. Because it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't cost you to see if we can save you some money. It doesn't hurt to do that. What does hurt is when you neglect having to, well, if I don't pay this bill, I can't pay this bill. Or I got to pay Peter to pay Paul. Or if I pay my car payment, well, I might get my lights turned out. But I mean, everybody have their own situation. The only
Brother Drew, for you, and wait a minute, I'm gonna go in and break it down a little bit more. And it's free. If you can help me save money on my utilities or my everyday monthly bills, and it's not costing me anything, I'm gonna find out how you do it. I mean, you gotta realize, man, you give one hell of a blessing, man, that you're helping people. Because you say they do how many billion a year overpayment?
16
billion dollars a year. People overpay their bills. People say, well, you owe us $169. If you got a company like yours, they say, wait a minute, hold on, let me look into this and see that they're charging you correctly. and to find out that they're not charging you correctly, charging you more than what it should be. Hey man, once you help me, brother, I mean that's a win-win situation. If my electric bill is too high and you say no, we can beat it, no, do this, so let us handle this and correct what they're charging you. If you're paying a credit card and you say, hold up a minute, let me look at it and correct that. And it's free. It's free. Why wouldn't your phone should be jumping off the hook 24/7, 365? Because you don't charge them to make sure that they're getting charged. Don't be part of that 16 billion.
16 billion, that's right.
Why are you? Who needs the money more? You or that $1 billion corporation?
I certainly needed more.
That's what I'm saying, man. But you're saving people money. I mean, 16 billion. I got news for you, man. At one time until you, I was part of that 16 billion.
Well, I was also, but the great thing about it is clients that have supported me, I consider to be at this point my friends, because they didn't have to. Right. But everybody that did and everybody that is still with me saw benefit.
Yeah.
Individuals that did not, for whatever reason, I'm not mad, but an individual have to make decisions, and people make decisions for themselves. They don't make them for me. People make decisions for themselves. So decisions that they make, if they feel that it's the best decision for them, God bless them. But for the individual that decided to support Andrew and say, hey, I'm supporting Andrew, but Andrew has provided something to me that every month I'm going to get a graph that shows me how using the cost reduction platform saved them money by comparing what they pay and how they're paying. And that's the beauty of it.
Well, my brother, because we're going to go to break. So I got to go to break. Tell them before we go to break and bring you back, how can people reach you that need your service?
You can go to, again, Linktree, linktr.ee/Andrew C. Walker. Linktree, linktr.ee/Andrew C. Walker. Or you can go to drewscostreduction.com. That's DREWS, Drew's Cost, COST, Reduction, REDUCTION.com. drewscostreduction.com. Either one of those avenues will take you to one of my sites. You'll see what it's all about. You can reach out to me and we can discuss it. But don't let your mind, which, this is new, because the mind protects itself. Anything that's new, that's not familiar with your everyday activity, your mind will tell you, hey, no, don't mess with that because that ain't going to do you no good. I've been through it. I'm not going to tell you something that I'm not familiar with. I'm not going to tell you something that I have not experienced. What I'm sharing with you is something that I know for a fact. And whether go ahead, Brother Mary.
Well, Brother Drew, my people know I'm not going to bring on someone that's a flim-flam. I'm not going to bring on someone that's going to spam them.
Yeah.
So they know that this is legit. I'm a living witness. So let me do this, and we'll be right back with Brother Drew. Oh, what power, what power, what power. That is free, and you can find out whether or not you contribute that $16 billion to the corporations that are ripping you off for the price they charge you for things. That's unbelievable. Now y'all know that I need support. I need y'all support me here on the show, The Road to Success, and I'm asking you to donate at least $25 to the show, The Road to Success. All you gotta do is go to Cash App, and it's $W Murray. Cash App is $W Murray, and contribute $25 or more. You can go to paypal.me/MM Institute. That's paypal.me/MM Institute. You can go to Zelle.me/W Murray, or you can call me here at the Institute and do it over the phone and get a receipt right then and there. You can call me at 240-619-2019. And for those of you that you can send me a money order, check, cash, and you can send to P.O. Box 47438, District Heights, Maryland 20753. That's P.O. Box 47438, District Heights, Maryland 20753. Now, I'm gonna talk to the other people out there, because I'm looking for guests to bring on the show. But trust me, you're going to be very, 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 very vetted before I bring you on my show. I get so many people to call me, want to come on the show, but they don't fit my platform, and they don't have enough about their history out there for me to do research. Because I'm going to research. I'm finding out first time you born and put a ball in your mouth or pass gas. I'm going to research it. So I'm telling you, call me at 240-619-2019 if you'd like to be a guest on my show. Or you can send me an email at trts.info1@gmail.com. That's TRTS, the road to success. TRTS.info1@gmail.com. And let me know what your business is. And then we'll go from there. Because I'm gonna ask you. I got questions to ask you that you got to answer. But we're looking for guests who can come on and educate the public. I don't care what it is, whether it's personal, spiritual, financial, or entrepreneurial. What can you do for our people? What can you do for the people? What do you know that we need to know? Because what do I often tell you? If you learn something, teach us. If you know something, tell us. Think about what I'm telling you, y'all, what I'm saying to you. Support the show, The Road to Success. I'm bringing guests on that you only hear about, or that you need and you don't even know you need. Look at Brother Drew. I know majority of the public out there needs Brother Drew. To find out, am I overpaying? If I'm overpaying you $10, $20, $30 and I'm doing it every month, that adds up to how many $100s? Think about it. Think about what I'm telling you. And y'all give support. When you support the show, you're giving a blessing. Bless me. Bless the Road to Success family. Because every penny that's donated goes to this show, to me keeping this show on the air. With the people. Look at what I've already had. I've already looked at John King last week. The information that he gave you. Look, week after week after week. I've been doing this show now for almost 12 years. I've done over 1,000 shows. This ain't no fly-by-night situation. I'm not no fly-by-night jock. I have done over 1,000 shows. I've got over 400 videos on YouTube. Look at my Facebook page, facebook.com/W Murray. Read my page. Google the Millionaire Mastermind Institute and see what comes up. Google it. And you can't donate $25, a minimum of $25, give a blessing to someone out there. You don't know who you're giving a blessing to. And life is going to always pay its debts. And when you give a blessing, you got a blessing coming. So give that blessing. Give that blessing. Cash App, W Murray, Murry. PayPal, paypal.me/MM Institute. Zelle at www.zelle.com/W Murray. Post office box or essentially P.O. Box 47438, District Heights, Maryland 20753. Call me here at the Institute, here on the station at 240-619-2019. Give a blessing. Bless me and bless the family. Brother Drew.
Yes, sir.
Now, with the blessings that you give people, I know you feel good, man. But when you can help people save money and you can help them contribute more to their lifestyle and their family instead of these billion-dollar corporations, these billion-dollar companies. Because I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you for instance. I had Comcast. And I was talking to a brother. He says, man, my bill was $258 a month. He says, brother, here, try this and watch how much money you're going to save. You know what my cable bill is right now? It's $45 every 3 months. And I got a lot more channels. I got HBO, Cinemax, YouTube, everything that's out there you got to pay individually. I don't have to pay individually no more. But I would have known that had this brother and I said, man, look, man, do this. You're paying $258 and just pay this $45 every 90 days. It's not the same. It's just as clear. It's not quite the same as having these cable companies. Well, that's you, brother. You're passing on ways for people to save money. Look how much I saved off of just changing my cable company. Look how much I saved when I found out I was overpaying my credit card because the interest was a beast. It's people like you who the public is not going to put out there and let them know, look, this is what you need to do. You need to see this guy. But he's going to save you money. Stop giving all this excess money to these major corporations because they're not going to tell you. I just talked to my phone provider, and I was paying them over $45 a month more than I should have been charged. Now you say 45 times 12. That's $600. I was giving them a year that they didn't deserve. Now you, Brother Walker, you save people money like that. I mean, my brother, I feel great behind that. Look how much I've saved. It fits better in my pocket than I think it does in theirs.
The only thing I do is present to the marketplace a resource that not going to be advertised on TV. It's not going to be advertised on radio. You're not going to see it up on billboards. That's my purpose. That's what I do. That's why I'm there, to get the information out to the marketplace. And just like, when I was working and I had to make a pivot, I had to make a pivot And everything hasn't been like climbing a golden staircase. You know, there has been challenges that I had to face. There were times of disappointment. There were times of hurt. There were times of worry, and it doesn't matter. And I'm just here to put it out there, and you know, I'm not being apologetic. It doesn't matter how much Holy Ghost you got. Life can hurt you, and life can hurt you hard. And when you make that pivot, when you have to make that pivot, and when you have to make decisions about your life, sure, prayer can help. But if you don't get up off your knees and do something, ain't nothing going to happen.
Ain't nothing going to happen.
I share a quick story. The protege was with his mentor, and they were on the beach. The mentor told the protege to go walk out in the water. And he walked out, and the water came up to his waist, and he looked back, and the mentor told him to keep walking. Walked a little further. Water was up to his neck. He looked back. Mentor told him to keep walking. He walked out. He was submerged in the water. He was under there for a while, and all of a sudden he come up grasping for air. So the mentor asked him, he said, "What did you think when you was under that water?" And he said, "You old fool, I wanted to breathe." And the mentor told him, "Well, when you want what you want out of life, like you wanted to breathe under that water, then you'll get it, because your desire for it is strong enough to do it."
That's correct.
And that's the way you have to work when you want something out of life. You have to go for it like you're grasping for your last breath, because that's the only way you're going to get it. Nothing is handed to you on a silver platter. It's about doing something to make something happen. I had to make a pivot. As Andrew, either you can keep on doing what you're doing, or you can retire early, start working on what God has put inside of you. And that's what I did. The old saying, sometimes you just got to jump, develop wings on the way down. That's what I did. I jumped, developed wings, still developing wings on the way down. But I'm glad I done it, man. I'm just glad.
You know, Brother Drew, my book, Common Success Mount, this little book is 2 books. And at the end of my first book, where it says, he told you, "Come to the edge, my child, come to the edge," and you doubted it. He said, "Come to the edge," when he put his arms around you on the edge of that cliff, and then he pushed you, and you flew.
Climbing Success Mountain.
And you know, Brother Drew, your first book, the man, I love that book, The Successful Sinner. But both books, you got 2 books out, Drew. Tell us about your books. I love both. Those are must-read books. Your 2 books are a must-read: The Successful Sinner and Humble to Be Exalted.
The Successful Sinner, Change Your Choices to Change Your Life. The Successful Sinner. The second book, Humble to Be Exalted. Humble to Be Exalted. Courage, day by day. You see that, humble to be exalted. You know, I had to examine myself, not anybody else. Examine myself. And when I write, sometimes I really have to go deep. You have to really go deep. Everything that you write about yourself, when you're being transparent with yourself, number one, some of it hurt, because when you read it, you say, "Hey, man, did I go through that?" Because sometimes when an individual get to a point in their life, they can look back, and the decision that they made behind them bring them to a point where they can rejoice, or decisions that they made behind them can bring them to a point where the significance of what they've done really doesn't matter that much, because now that lesson has been learned, and there's more pain because it's regret. And so in looking over my life by writing it out, I'm getting ready to put out another book. Haven't decided how is going to go right now. I think the title is going to be Labels right now, but that's all I'm going to say. Because
Yeah,
we've been labeled all our life by something. Some labels been good, some labels been bad, some labels have helped us. Some individuals take labels and turn them into success for them because those labels hurt them so bad. They weren't going to be any good. They can't do nothing. Labels have really caused us to either become or not become. So I'm going to use the word labels. I'm not going to say how it's going to unfold, but it's going to be labels, and then there's going to be a lot of material there.
How can people get your book, Brother Drew? How can people go about getting your books?
Again, on Linktree /Andrew C. Walker. The address is there for the book, and that's the easiest way you can go get it, because I can't put it in a chat or anything. Well, I could, but anyway, that's the easiest way to go. Linktree, linktr.ee/Andrew C. Walker. That's the easiest way to get it. Both books are available, or you can direct message me. If you direct message me, of course, you're going to get the copy, and I'm going to autograph it for you. And mailing, I'm going to charge you.
How do they direct message you? How do they do that?
Oh, I'm sorry. My phone number, 301-586-2177. 301-586-2177. Or Facebook, text or Facebook. I'm on Facebook. You can see me there. And I've been more than willing to just share information with you. But hey, I'm just a country boy, grew up in a rural area. I've seen rough times, I've seen good times, but my best times is yet to come.
Oh, and that's what I'm talking about. Wait a minute, my computer just went down on it. I see you, Gloria. I see you, Shannon, Nicole. See there, it went out on it. Okay. I'm getting the echo again. Hold on, Drew. Let me take care of this.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Now, y'all see what we got to give you, what this brother is offering you, and he's not charging you to find out that you're overpaying. He's got 2 books, and both of them are fantastic. Humble to be Exalted is his new book, and the one before that is The Successful Sinner. When I read his book, I was truly, his Success Sinner, it truly took me for a loop. This brother is like that. Now we're talking about books and writing. I've got 2 books, and I should have more. So that's my fault, y'all. That is my fault. To get my books, all you got to do is go to www.wlmspeaks.com/MMI. www.wlmspeaks.com/MMI. And you get both of my books. From my first book was Climbing Success, well, my third book, Climbing Success Mountain, and my last book is From the Mind of William. It's right there on right there on the front page of my website, wlmspeaks.com/MMI. Okay, Brother Drew, let me bring you back up, Brother Drew. How'd you go?
I put Amazon.com/author/Andrew Walker. I put that in the chat.
Good.
I want to put the Linktree in. I'm going to put that in the chat.
Good.
That way.
Go ahead, Brother Drew.
No, that way individuals will be able to see it for themselves. But I think the most important thing in one growing and developing in self-development. There has been so much self-development that I find in dealing with direct sales and network marketing. And I was talking with an individual a couple of days ago, and I was sharing the opportunity with them, and the individual said, "Oh man, you talking about that? You talking about that pyramid scheme type stuff?" And I didn't even entertain. I said,
it's not, man. The mentality is not worth it.
I didn't entertain it. But what I did share with them was, well, if you like to Google things, Google the direct sales organization downtown Washington, D.C., and you can find and just look up the most 100 successful direct sales companies. And you will see that if there's an organization downtown Washington, D.C., that lists successful direct sales company, then that's not going to be done because it was a pyramid scheme. Not only that, it'll break down for you the ethnicity of individuals that work in the direct sales industry. They will show you whether it's male or female, how many people are working in that field, how many white people, how many black people, how many Hispanics, whatever. That information is there, but one has to have the hunger to seek that information for themselves to find out. You don't have to listen to me. Just look it up for yourself.
That's one thing I keep telling people. Y'all, you can't get someone who's never climbed a mountain tell you how to climb a damn mountain. Now you got people out there that because look how many people. If y'all know how many people told me I couldn't do what I'm doing. I couldn't educate. I couldn't coach. I couldn't mentor. And because one thing, like I said, because y'all knows I stammer and I stutter, and they telling me I couldn't do it. People weren't gonna listen to me. Well, y'all, I'm very successful at what I do, and I'm brilliant at what I know. So I'm a 40, almost 50-year entrepreneur. I couldn't survive this long if I didn't know what I was doing. I've got all these people that follow me and everything. They couldn't do that if I didn't know what I was doing. I'm all over Google. You can Google William Murray, you can Google Millionaire Mastermind Institute, and it's there. And I wouldn't be able to have this show for 12 years, almost 12 years, if I was a scam. Bring me in. Let me talk to your organization, your church, your company for one-on-one. I don't care if it's personal, spiritual, financial, entrepreneurial. Find out first before you say, no, that's a scam. That's not even worth a comment. Brother Drew, before we go, we ain't up for 2 minutes. Tell people how they can reach you.
Again, 301-586-2177. 301-586-2177 is my phone number. And from that, you can text me and I'll respond to you. And also in the chat, I put the Amazon.com/author/Andrew Walker. That's Amazon.com/author/Andrew Walker. I put the link tree in, linktr.ee/Andrew C. Walker. Linktree./Andrew C. Walker, linktr.ee/Andrew C. Walker. So those websites are there. DrewsCostReduction.com. I didn't put that in there, but I'll just put that down there right fast.
And Brother Drew, I want to thank you for coming on. And I'm going to bring you back. There ain't no doubt about you coming back again.
Well, I always appreciate you, Brother Mary.
So I'm gonna bring you back, Drew, because I ain't got but a couple more minutes for it's almost the top of the hour. Lines are open. Anyone out there want to talk to Brother Drew or me? Lines are open. what is it? 218-548-0510. I can't even think of my own number, y'all. I should tell you my mind is off. It's 240. Oh no, that's my thing. Wait a minute. Text conference call. 218-548-0510. That's 218-548-0510. And the PIN number is 1950 pound. I've got to do better, y'all, with getting y'all able to call in and talk to my guests. And I've got a heavy hitter. Oh, y'all, come Tuesday. Do not miss it because he's supposed to be here today, but I made a mistake on that. He's going to be here Tuesday. That's Brother Bedford. So y'all come tune in Tuesday. Brother Drew, I want to thank you, my brother.
Hey, no problem, man. Like I said, I'm humbled to be here, man. Humbled to be here. It's a pleasure.
All right, my brother. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank everyone that's tuned in tonight because we got a lot. And I know you learned a lot. Like I say, this brother will save you money. I mean, it's not costing you nothing to save you money to find out if you are getting ripped off by these major corporations. You say, well, he ain't saving for $10 or $15 a month, $20 a month. Say that times 12 times the rest of your life. Who needs that money more? You these major corporations. Call me here at the Institute, 240-619-2019. How can I help you? You want me to come in and teach, educate your class, your company, your business, your association, or you? Give me a call, 240-619-2019. Order my books. www.wlnspeaks.com/MMI. www.wlnspeaks.com/MMI. My books are right there on the front page. Just order it. And I'll send you. Oh, you also get a gift with it when you do. I'll give you a gift with it, and it's autographed too, by the way. Also, what was that time, y'all? I'm gonna tell you. You know how I close out, and understand what I'm telling you. Third eye, third ear. If you push me, I'll pull you. If you pull me, I'll push you. It's not going to matter whether we're pushing or we're pulling, baby. We will get there together. That road to success, baby, we'll get you there. I don't care if it's personal, spiritual, financial, entrepreneurial. We will get you there. And now I'm going to give you a truth and a fact. And you know, truth and fact are undefeated since the beginning of time. Truth is, I love you. And the fact is, ain't nothing you can do about it. So until next time, y'all, God bless and keep working on your road to success. Until next time, God bless.